Hello, my beautiful, lovely fellow Cancers. I hope you guys have been well. I just want to apologize for my being a little bit MIA for the first part of November, but I did have some personal things that I was taking care of. I was also sick with some kind of weird cold that was going around for a lot of people in Wisconsin. So I do apologize for my absence. I am back, and I am going to do my best to reach out to the people who need to hear these messages. And just remember, as always, not all messages that I'm going to be tapping into are going to resonate with every one of you, and that's totally fine. If you need me to look into your situation a little bit deeper, you can reach me at the email address below, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you guys, okay? My beauties, let's see what is going on for us for the second half of November, November 15th through the 30th. And for you guys, I'm going to be using one of my newer decks, which is the Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg. Love it. And let's get on with it. What's going on with my fellow crab crew? What's going on for you guys? How is this Mercury retrograde treating you guys? I've noticed that normally Mercury retrograde is a real big pain in the ass. And I'm sure it is for some of you guys. But I've also noticed, like with my clients and friends and things like that, that it seems to be having kind of an opposite effect this time in a positive way. So, you know, like things turning around that were negative, you know, if your money was like kind of, you know, bad before, like this is a time of like actually having the opposite of that. So I am noticing that for a lot of people. So I hope it's been good to you guys. All right, gorgeouses, let's get into it. What's going on for my fellow Cancers for the second half of November? And there's our card. That means that we have been really getting into who we are as individuals with the Chariot card. That's our card. That's about really figuring out where we're putting our focus, you know, like what are we going to start driving towards? You guys got the Hermit card, which is all about, you know, really digging in deep within ourselves, you know, in solitude, not being lonely about it, but just choosing to kind of step back from the crowd so that we can really figure out the inner wisdom that we need to pull out of ourselves so we can figure out what our next step is. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, my Cancers. All right. Who's fallen in love with this Two of Cups card? Who is it? Which one of you guys are doing it? I'm happy for you. There are certain Cancers that are falling in love here, or at least the idea of love is around. And I do feel that if you guys just met somebody or you just started seeing somebody with the Six of Clubs, this is the Six of Wands, this is the Victory card, I do feel like this is a good person for you. However, I am also getting the Five of Wands. Five of Wands. That's about competition. It's about fighting. Let's look a little bit deeper, but I'm kind of getting a scenario here. Yep. Okay. Also got the Five of Swords, which again, fighting, right? Fighting. A lot of grief and things like that. Okay. Okay, I'm getting what this is now. Okay. Here's what I'm picking up on. It's all becoming clear to me now. Okay, so for the Cancers that I'm picking up on, you guys may have just met somebody or just started seeing somebody that, you know, kind of tickles your fancy, right? Like this is somebody that you could see being in love with, and you guys are giving it a go. However, because we got cards like the Judgment card, which is about things that have been resurrected, that have been, you thought were dead, right? To be re-examined. Very typical of Mercury retrograde. And you have got the Eight of Cups, which is about something that you had to walk away from and will probably have to walk away from again. And the Page of Coins, which is one of my date cards. What I'm picking up on is that if it hasn't happened already, you guys have somebody from the past that is going to be coming on back. Okay, and this would have been somebody that would have been very unhealthy with. You definitely would have been the one to walk away, or if this person walked away from you, you eventually saw that it was a blessing in disguise because it did open the doorway for the current person that you're seeing. Okay. With the World card here, this is telling me that this person is coming back around for you guys to fully close out this circle. You guys know how universe likes to test us, right? Universe loves to just throw us, test again to say like, are you sure? Are you sure you learned your lesson? Are you sure? And I feel like that's what's happening. That's what's happening for you guys. And with this world card, it's funny. You see all the red in there. I always take that to be like red flags. Like, oh shit, red flags are coming back, like, I feel like for some of you guys, you've got somebody from the past that's coming back around, perhaps in the next couple of weeks, that are, they're going to try to tell you that they've changed. And I feel like for some of you guys, it's because they are keeping an eye on your social media, or you may have, mutual friends, acquaintances, things of that nature. And so they know that somebody else is sniffing around you guys. They know it. Like, they know that somebody else that's a bit more worthy than they are, though they're not thinking that, is making a play for you. And I feel like that is bringing them back up. You may not have ended well with this past person. Could have been something where it ended abruptly and maybe you guys never had that one final talk, and that may be why this is still unfinished business coming back around. But more than anything, I feel like it's a test for you guys, because I feel like you've got this love card. You've got somebody that's worthy, that's your match. And, sometimes people from the past, like karmic relationships where we were supposed to learn a lesson from them, sometimes they do make a reappearance just to really, reiterate to ourselves that we have learned our lesson and that we really prefer to take a different path. And I feel like that's why we got the Chariot card to begin with. Because it's like, where are we going to put our focus? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to go backwards? Do you want to go back to this person who did you wrong, or that, you fought a lot with? Because those two cards, the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands, that's all about fighting and competition. This may have been a person that you felt that you had to compete to get that person's attention, right? So I feel like that's why it's coming back up for you guys. So, just don't trust this person. Don't trust the person from the past. It's not that I don't think that people can change, right? Because if you put a lot of effort into things and you have a lot of self-awareness, you can change. But I'm feeling like this person, I don't feel like this person's changed. No. See, and as I say that, we get the Devil card. This is also about an issue of codependency. So, this is something that maybe some of you guys have an issue with relationships, putting a little bit too much stock in what your partner sees of you, and it kind of puts everything else on hold for you. That's a big part of codependency. And so, I feel like you guys are really coming off as like the Queen of Coins, which is very much like the person that's got their shit together. You know what I mean? Like, they know what they're doing, to get their lives in order. And again, I do feel like this past person has been keeping an eye on you guys, so they're watching you grow, right? And they're like, oh shit, that's some tasty new energy that I wouldn't mind nipping on, right? And then throw in the fact that you're dating somebody, new, and that is just a recipe for, resurrection. So I do feel like, the Cancer Sun tapping into, you do have somebody that's coming back around. And it's really just with the motivation to win you back, but not because I'm not seeing any love cards here, guys. I'm not seeing any love cards. I'm seeing that this is about, it's a game of wills. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like, you guys are going to have to be the strong warrior, as the Knight of Clubs, indicates, the Knight of Wands. This is about, the wounded warrior. Remember what this person did to you in the past. Remember the fact that you had to walk away. You had to, or if this person walked away from you, it was a blessing in disguise, because now look what you got with this, with this possible new love coming in, okay? And if this new love hasn't happened yet, guys, it is coming for you. I do feel that very strongly. But you have this one last test to get through, which is like saying no to this past person coming back, okay? Now for Cancers, I have picked up on for us for so long that some of us have somebody from the past that does dabble in magic, okay? Not the good kind of magic. And magic doesn't necessarily have to mean that they are breaking out the cauldron and the candle or anything like that. This could just be that they're obsessing. And if they're looking at your pictures on social media and they're just obsessing about you, that's thoughts being thrown your way, okay? So you want to just make sure that, if you are, suddenly coming down with an illness, or suddenly you are plagued with thoughts of this past person, or, all of a sudden your mood is just dampened, right? that's typically, you know, signs that somebody else is throwing their negative energy at you. They're flinging energetic poop like a monkey would, okay? So it's like, you want to make sure that you're doing things to protect yourself, okay? And this is just a matter of like, you know, being aware that these feelings are not yours and saying, these are not mine. Whoever, you know, is sending this, they need to take it back, that type of stuff, okay? But it's really about being self-aware, you know, energetically, but also, you know, like I said, when this person makes a reappearance, it's about being aware enough to be like, I know your game, I know what you're about, I know that you're coming back in here to try to mess up my new flow, and that's not going to happen, okay? Let's see if there's anything else I got to tell you guys. Yeah, see, you guys got somebody watching you. Page of Swords, that's the spy card. Spy card. And it's somebody from the past. Five of Pentacles, you know, loss from the past. Yeah, yep, shit. When I'm right, I'm right. Yeah, see, Falling Tower. This situation is coming back around to make you really understand what didn't work about it before and to help you realize what isn't going to work in the future for you. So if you definitely have somebody coming around that is worthy of you, this possibility for love, you know, this past person might be coming back around, even if it's just in your mind, you know, just to get you to realize, like, what was my part in that past relationship? What was I getting out of that toxic relationship that, you know, isn't healthy, that I need to work on as an individual, right? Because remember, you got that Hermit card too, so this is really about being very solitary and working on stuff on your own so that you can really create a better pathway for yourself. We also got the Knight of Clubs. That's the Knight of Wands. This is about somebody coming in very quickly, charging towards you. The Knights are not reliable. They're very in and out energy, very unstable. So I definitely feel like you guys have somebody coming back from the past. It's definitely a past lover, right? And the Lovers is also about having to make decisions. So be wise, my fellow Cancers, because this motherfucker was sneaky as hell in the past with the Seven of Swords. You got done wrong before. This person was a liar before, right? You definitely don't need that, okay? So, and you know, the thing with Cancers is that we really try to see the good. We try to nurture that seed of potential, as I call it, you know, as much as we possibly can, because we love to give and we love to care for people and we love to make them feel, you know, comfortable enough to where they can grow themselves. And the problem with that is that we tend to attract a lot of narcissists that don't really want to do the work, but they will be happy to take everything that Cancer wants to give them, okay? So, you know, be very aware of what this person did to you in the past, what you're no longer going to put up with, and what you were getting out of that so that you don't carry that into your next relationship that I do see is trying to come in for you guys, okay? My fellow crab crew, I love you guys. Again, I apologize for my absence. I hope this makes up for it. If it resonated with you, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up on that. I would greatly appreciate it. And again, if you guys need me, you know, on a personal reading, contact me and I'd be happy to discuss that with you guys, okay? Until then, I wish you guys a beautiful Thanksgiving coming up, and I will be back with you guys very soon. I love you, crabs. Bye!